If you're seeing this video, know that it is meant for you. I'm not going to put any trending audios, hashtags, yada yada. You get the gist. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt. I am a psychic medium and I'm here to deliver you some messages today. So we're just going to jump right into it. Somebody's really missing you. And this feels very much like a Romeo Juliet kind of love story. Obviously, for those of you who know Romeo and Juliet, I'm definitely not comparing it to the ending of this love story. But it does feel like there's sort of this forbidden love aspect around you guys. And I don't know why. Obviously, this is a collective reading, so it's going to be different for each of you, but it does feel like there's sort of this like this is wrong, or almost like this shouldn't be happening situation. And I actually think that is keeping somebody from moving forward or moving toward you in the way that they would actually very much like to. I'm also seeing an apple, but it's giving like the poisonous apple from Snow White. Snow White could be significant. Oh, and I am getting very hot all of a sudden. And I do think that that is really this energy of passion and heat that this person feels toward you. And I think that you feel this connection strongly. And I don't know if their actions are really lining up with how they are moving in both of your 3D realities, but it does sort of feel like internally and underlyingly there is this like tether, yes, but you know what I just heard? Ring of Fire. I'm sorry, what? Isn't that a Jimi Hendrix song? Like the Ring of Fire? That's so weird. But I can't think of the right word, but for lack of a better word, yes, this tether. It does sort of feel like there is this, I don't know. I don't like to use the word blockage, but it does feel like there's something prohibiting things from moving forward. Now, I think ultimately this message is coming through in order to tell you that you're not crazy and they feel it too. And this is very much giving faded connection. And I don't know, I'm not going to categorize it. I don't know what kind of faded connection it is. But it definitely does feel like, you've been thinking about this a lot, wondering how they feel, wondering if they're going to come forward or toward you, wondering why they stopped making moves, wondering if they're going to start making moves again. Wondering, right? There's so much wondering going on. But I think essentially Spirit wants you to trust your inner knowing. You have the answers. Oh, my nose is turning red. That's when you know I'm channeling. Hardcore too, hardcore. Also I did just think of the Hard Rock Cafe when I said hardcore, and I thought of heavy metal. So I don't know if you or this person really likes heavy metal, or if there's some sort of significance around the Hard Rock Cafe. Also Punta Cana, isn't there a Hard Rock Cafe in Punta Cana, or am I like totally making that up? I've never been, so I don't really know, but that did pop up as well. I do believe that there is sort of this need and desire from Spirit for you to really trust what you feel, because I understand that you've gone through it in the past, and I understand that there have been, certain relationships or romantic situations, that you were proven wrong in. But honestly, I think if you reassess those situations, you would realize that you always kind of knew what was going to happen. Or maybe I shouldn't say what was going to happen, because I think for some of you it was very unpredictable. But I think if you go back, you'll realize that the way you felt didn't align with what you wanted. So your wants overrode, your intuition. And that's why you stayed in that situation. Not because your intuition was off, or because I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like you don't feel like you can trust yourself. It's almost like, okay, well, my picker was wrong in the past. So like, I feel this intense, connection surrounding this person that we were talking about earlier on in the reading. And also like Sesame Street just popped up, and something gray. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that could be. Could be a rock, big rock. There's rock again. So maybe rock or rock and roll, or I don't know. Weird. Or rock. I don't know. But, I definitely do think that you gotta trust what you're feeling, because I really don't think you were wrong in the past. I just think that you just like, you were like turning a blind eye. Like you didn't want to acknowledge what you were feeling deep down, which was that past person was not meant for you. But maybe you stayed in that situation too long, or hung on to that situation, or you know, you were like, this is my person, but they weren't really your person. And I think deep down you knew that, but you didn't, for whatever reason, you were like really just like holding on very tightly. But this is different, okay? I don't want you to feel like history is repeating itself. I do believe you completed a lot of cycles. I think that you've really made improvements and grown and changed. And listen, I'm not gonna say that like you're never done healing. Healing, I was just talking about this today with a client. Healing is not like this. You know, it's very much so like this. You know, so throughout our lives, we continue on this healing journey. We complete multiple cycles. But the goal is to ultimately like become the best version of ourselves. You know, and I think that at this point, or at this stage in your life, you're very able to understand when you're like repeating a cycle. So for that reason alone, I want you to kind of wake up to the realization that like you're not stuck in this cycle anymore. Like you've closed the loop. There's no more, it's not, do you get what I'm saying? Like it's not going round and around anymore. Like you've learned your lesson essentially. You know, it's time to move on to the next phase. So I couldn't tell you what's going to happen with this person necessarily. You know, this is a general reading, and honestly, I'm not getting a very clear message on which way this is going to go. But the message that I am getting crystal clear is you need to trust your gut. And honestly, this kind of brings me to something else that I really want to talk about with you guys. Please use your discernment when watching my content and other spiritual content, because it is so important to trust yourself above all else. You know, if it doesn't resonate for you, don't force it to. If something feels off, trust yourself. Trust what your body feels, you know? I think that it's just so important, and I could go on a whole tangent about it. And honestly, if you guys really want my thoughts and opinions, I will make a separate video, you know, as not to take up too much time here, but that's really the main thing. You know, I love communicating with you guys, and I love connecting with you guys so much. You know, but I would never ever want you to, I don't know, stay in a situation that like wasn't meant for you, or whatever the case is. And that's why it's so important to trust yourself above anything else. You know, your thoughts and feelings are more powerful than my words or than other readers' words on this app. You know, so I just want to put that out there because it's so important. But anyway, I do believe there's like an octopus coming up, and it does make me think of like pirates, or like Pirates of the Caribbean. So like, I don't know if there's any significance there. But yeah, I definitely do feel like this, you know, situation is different from what you experienced in the past. There's a lot of like analyzing or overthinking, or kind of really just like, you know, questioning, wondering, wonder, that keeps coming up in my head. Maybe, isn't there, what? Oh no, is it Wonderwall? What? Oh, what's that song? Wonderwall? So I can't think of it now. I can like hear it in my head too, which is so annoying. Oh, it's like a slower song. Anyway, maybe some of you guys will know what I'm talking about, but main message here, trust your gut, trust your intuition. I do believe everything is spot on. And honestly, I think it's being proven to you in other ways in your daily life too. Like maybe you think of a movie and then it plays, or maybe you were talking about something with someone and then you see it, or, you know, I don't know, I'm just getting the sense that like you're really calling things, or like seeing things before they happen, or like pop into your reality, you know? So, trust yourself, okay? Everything is gonna be okay. And honestly, Spirit wants you to lean into this love and really just sort of, you know, understand that what you feel is real. So I'm gonna leave that there. Rock and roll, my spiritual gangsters. I love you guys so much. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. If you'd like to book up, I can't, tongue-tied. So maybe communication is a hindrance in this connection, but if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. That is the only way to do it. I will never reach out to you first. Please beware of scammers. And I will talk to you soon. Okay, XOXO.